Thank you for joining me. This is the second episode where I teach you to get the most joy from your voice. This series is all about the craft of singing and using your voice. So if your goal is to become more confident with your voice, have a smoother voice, be able to sing better, then you found the right place. So if you watched the first episode, we talked about how to get into the right mindset and how to get over some of those obstacles that may be in your way. And this episode is all about our first drill. So grab some water and let's enjoy our voices. So I want to tell you about my favorite exercise. And you'll hear me say drill, warm-ups, exercises. I'll use these interchangeably. Now, when we commit to doing drills, a lot of times we end up becoming our own drill sergeants. We will miss a day and then we will be a tyrant on ourselves. That does not allow drills to serve us correctly. You don't want to dread doing your drills. You don't want it to be one more thing on your chore list that you have to go check off. You don't have to do these drills. You don't have to do them, especially every day. You get to do them if you want to do them. And I've learned to stop putting myself in a corner to go do my drills and to just utilize my drills as a way to relax while I'm doing the other things in my life. Especially when our minds are just racing while we're doing one task or another. Sometimes I'll be washing dishes, chopping vegetables, doing laundry, doing normal people stuff. And instead of just letting my mind go crazy, I will pause, calm down, and do some drills. And I actually use these drills to vocal stim. Some people already know what vocal stimming is. I think it's been a popular word for the last couple of years. I've been vocal stimming my whole life without knowing that I was vocal stimming. But it really helps me stay calm and get into a good mindset. So I think it might be able to do the same thing for you. So even if you're just using this to vocal stim, or if you vocal stim and you do it this way, this will help keep your voice in shape. And one little tip, I like to gently find my larynx, my voice box, and with my finger and thumb on each side, I will gently pull those down. Gentle is the key. And I took a video of myself talking this morning. I guess let's clip it right here. Good morning. That was the first word that I said today. Now I've done a couple of things today. Like put my hair in this little twist, but I haven't spoken. This is the very first time, so I didn't take microphone levels or anything like that. I am in no shape to start singing, if you can tell, if you can hear it in my voice. I haven't drinking water, I haven't had tea, I haven't had any kind of liquids. Even just talking a little bit for a few minutes would start getting my voice warmed up to sing. But even more than that, I want to go drink water. I'm going to go drink some tea. I'm going to do a few warm-ups and then I'll come back and I'll be feeling in much better shape than I am in right now. So the reason I'm taking this video is to show why we do drills. We do drills to warm ourselves up. We don't just wake up ready to sing. I'll see you guys in a minute when I'm a little bit more ready. Let's get ready. Let's get ready to do this. Let's make it happen. So as you can tell, I was in no shape to start singing. Really, doing any kind of warm-up, even just speaking, is going to help you get into better shape to start singing. This is my favorite drill because it helps me get into shape quickly with a little effort. This drill helps me get a lower voice, a higher voice, a fuller voice, a more powerful voice, and it's pretty relaxing. So let's get into it. So what are we doing when we do this specific drill? Well, we are wanting to stretch out our pharynx and our vocal folds, and we're wanting to strengthen some of the deconstricting muscles that will help us hold our voices open. And we'll get into more of the anatomy on our next video. But for now, just prepare to make some ugly noises because it's gonna get ugly. So a couple things you want to make sure of first. You want your shoulders to be relaxed. You want your back to be straight. And like how I was just kind of like standing sideways, that's not the best. It's best to be squared with your hips, shoulders over hips, back straight, tongue touching your bottom teeth, and upper lip covering your upper teeth. And find a nice note that is relaxing for you and try to open up as much as possible. So let's clip some of my warm-ups. I'm just going to relax into it. That is really vibrating my sinuses and really loosening everything up. So that's good. That's good for singing. Let's get your sinuses cleared. All right, so that's E flat above high C. The idea is to use your deconstricting muscles to really open up your throat. It's best to start at a comfortable note, then work your way down to your absolute lowest note, and then work your way up. And the idea is that you focus on keeping that note really open. When we work our way up the keyboard, sometimes it's best to use our nasal passage muscles to kind of squeeze the note, and that is not what we want to do for this specific drill. That is for another drill. We will get into that, but try not to use your nasal muscles to squeeze that note once we get higher. It should be open and hooty to the point where you start to yawn, and that's when you know you're doing it right. And if you hear some cracking, then it means that note really needs to be worked. So good job. And just work through that. Keep opening up until that cracking stops. But if that cracking persists, then you need to move to a more comfortable note and then work your way again to that cracking note until you're not getting any cracking or minimal amount of cracking as possible. So you could do this for 5 minutes or 5 hours. I tend to do this between 5 and 30 minutes a day, partially because I am using it to vocal stim. A good 10-minute workout is probably all you'll need on this one to get the benefit of it. And I made a separate video walking you down the keyboard, up the keyboard, and back to the middle for this exercise. So if you don't want to do this on your own and you'd rather me walk you through it, then go check out that video. I will link it. So your assignment is to do this and take a mental x-ray of yourself while you're doing this. If you notice tension anywhere in your body, just take a note of it. That's really all I'm asking you to do. You don't need to, if you want to, go get a massage. That's great. But for the most part, just start paying a little bit of attention to where you're feeling sensations around your body when you're doing this. Specifically, I want you to note how it feels in your chest, in your throat and in your nasal passage. If you are really familiar with how the right placement feels, when you jump into a song and you get into the wrong placement, you will notice immediately. You won't need me to tell you, oh, you are in the wrong placement, because you're going to be able to feel it for yourself. And that is part of the craft of becoming a singer or becoming a good singer, is to check in with yourself, do your mental x-rays, memorize how the placements should feel. In the next video, we'll be going over anatomy and the different parts that you will use to sing and what purpose they serve. So watch out for that video. And before I end this video, I want to leave you with a quote. To see the miraculous in the ordinary is a more precious gift than prophecy. That's from The Covenant of Water by Abraham Verghese. Until next time, enjoy your voice. Jessica, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Okay. A higher voice, a more fuller voice. More fuller, that's not right, because it's about to get, it's gonna get ugly. This makes you, don't speak, Jessica.